So, more disappointing news from the car world today with GM potentially announcing a new comeback for the Camaro that was last canceled in 2024. And you might be thinking, yeah, awesome. The Camaro's coming back. Finally we get another, American sports car, muscle car that's making a comeback. Nope, it's a basically a terrible variant of the Mustang Mach-E, of course. It's going to be a four-door electric vehicle that is just ugly and just so disappointing, and basically the Chevy Blazer. There is no point in ruining the Camaro's nameplate. Same thing that the Mustang did. There's no sense to ruin the Mustang's name like that. At least Ford is still making the regular, V8 muscle car Mustang that we all know. Chevy is not seeming to do that. And why? I mean, this thing, I'll put it up on the screen right now so you can see. It is just, it's ugly. And it's just basic, and it looks like they copied the Mustang Mach-E tit for tat. Very plain, boring, whatever. The numbers that they're releasing aren't anything to shake a stick at. There were some rumors that maybe they could put the Hummer EV engines in there and give them, make it 1,000 horsepower, but it's like, that's still not cool. Why do I want 1,000 horsepower in my boring crossover Chevy Blazer, basically? I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. And this is coming after the fact that the auto companies, the big three especially, they're losing buku money over their EV investments, and they're rolling back their EV investments. There's a few plants that they were dedicated to full electric vehicles, and now they have to backtrack because there's no market for them. There's, nobody's really buying them, and the government push craze that I don't know if they just, what we're thinking of the electric vehicle is just, it's not going anywhere. So it kind of just blows my mind that the auto companies would want to use the Camaro name, A, and then B, make another electric vehicle when they're not selling very well. It makes absolutely zero sense. So if you guys can think of a reason why, definitely let me know in the comments. While you're there, go subscribe to the Cigars and Coffee channel. Now, for me, as you all know, I'm not a big fan of electric vehicles, especially being complete replacements for ICE vehicles. And now just picture this. Picture if they announced that the Camaro was going to come back for next year in a big, powerful V8 with, a good horsepower number and really good styling. Think about how much that would shake up the industry, how much positive buzz that would create, and I guarantee the orders would be flying off the shelf. Just like with Ram did. They just came back with the TRX, and it's not some stupid hybrid. It's not an electric vehicle. It's what we all wanted, which was the full supercharged V8, badass vehicle. And the fact that GM just can't see this is just, it's crazy. It seems just that they rely on the Corvette name and that's it. And I'm sure, we're going to get a Corvette SUV that's just going to be hideous in a couple of years. That would not surprise me at all. And if GM was smart, they would be looking at Ford sales numbers and seeing that the Mustang Mach-E is not taking off and some wild expectations that, are making a bunch of money. They're pretty subpar, and in fact, the regular Mustang, outsold the Mach-E. So what does that tell you? That nobody wants an electric vehicle with a muscle car name on it. It makes no sense. So shoot me a comment on what you would want to see. Do you want to see a weird electric version of all these muscle cars names? Do you want to just separate without the nameplate? And just, they'll come out with another boring, plain electric SUV that looks like all the rest of them. Or you want my opinion, and you just want the good old V8 Camaro back in normal form, which is what I think it should be. So just wanted to give a quick little update on some Camaro news. So that's going to wrap up the video. Thanks for watching.